all my life going like, oh, I'll be, in the business world, because I kind of don't consider myself, I have no idea to run a business. But it started with passion. I have, like I say, I was so blessed to be able to leave my village and to be here. And so when I went back, and it was just something that almost like finding your calling. Like I was like, what am I mean, I have to do something. Like I can't just come and not make a difference. And my father, I'm a minister's daughter. My father raised us, and you need to pray for others, feel for others, help others. If you have more, you need to share, and things like that. So once I was able to finally get to a place where I could give back to my community, driven by that passion of wanting to make a better life for the little I could do to make a difference for these women, literally just came together. I was like, okay.
So did you start with a full line, or you just start with one item? How did you go about kicking off the line?
I started with about 5 pieces.
Okay.
I threw down like a few pieces. We didn't have a building as yet, as my little sister will tell. The women came under one tree, and they sat there and they needed something, and then it just grew from there.
So you take, this is ground level information for someone that wants to do this. So you actually got samples, right? Did you get samples created there, and how did you get the line into stores?
Hard work.
Hard work. I got the samples.
So I made the samples, and then I started calling. I started reaching out. I had to do a lot of research, because that was really not my background. To figure out, how do you get into a store? Who's the buyer? It's very hard to find, to get to these buyers, especially for big brands, because everybody's trying to get there. A lot of prayers and the grace of God.
See, I think that's important, because most of us, a lot of us think, well, I have to know everything, or I have to have a certain level of education, or, and I think all of those things are important, because I think you have to mix it in. But at the same time, you take a passion, you add action, and then you start getting resources, like you said, you do the research. So I think, that's really important, and I think it's amazing how much it's grown, and how the model has changed from you doing your own label to private labeling for others. I think that's awesome.
Exactly.